Hi everybody. Hopefully we're all here. Welcome to the Calgary Suzuki Strings Association Winter Workshop. This is our final performance of the morning. We have learned dance, we have learned Baroque violin, we have learned Baroque guitar, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. So please welcome the Baroque violins who are going to be playing the Gavotte en Rondeau by J.S. Bach.
Hello everybody. My name is Elisa Sereno-Giles, and I am a Baroque specialist. One of the reasons why I like to do what I'm doing, like is playing Baroque music in the style of the Baroque period, is because it's like, for me, it's like oral time travel. It's like how that music was played at that time. And the things we know about it are because people wrote about it. You know, they wrote things like saying, you know, this is how we do this, and this is how we do that, and this is how we play. And so from that, also from playing an instrument with gut strings. So it's very different than our modern strings, like our modern composite strings or whatever wound strings that we have. And so the way that we do the bowing, the way that we do the different things is different than our modern playing. You also might notice I have a different kind of a bow. It looks different. It's shorter than a modern bow. It's lighter than a modern bow. And that makes things different as well. So, but it's just like it's an oral time travel is what I like to think of it as. Anyway, we are going to play this Gavotte en Rondeau by Bach in 3 parts. The bottom part are pretending that they're cellos.
Now the guitarists are going to play us another Gavotte. This one is in G by Debussy. everyone's going to play together the Baroque violins and guitars, a minuet by Christian Petzold, which was originally thought to be by J.S. Bach, and which every person who's ever learned any instrument learns this piece, mostly because it was by J.S. Bach, but it's not. Wasn't that beautiful? Give them another round of applause. Okay, so we have some thank yous, and we have one final piece that we're very lucky that Elisa and Kat, who have been our two wonderful leaders this morning, who have taught us all sorts of Baroque things. Now, Kat is bringing out an instrument that she might want to say a word about, and I have some thank yous to give first. But just so you know, it's called a theorbo. Theorbo. There it is. And as you can see, it's basically, if you took today, if you took a bass, right, a bass guitar, and you just combined it with the lead guitar and put them together in one instrument, you'd end up with a theorbo. There you go. So thank you to our Baroque teachers. For guitar, Kat Hammer. For violin, Elisa Serena Jans. Baroque, yes, thank you. Baroque dance specialist was Kimberly Johnson, and didn't we all enjoy the dance this morning? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right. We learned two dances, and I have to say, I was so impressed by you guys. You were so good. All the kids were amazing. As adults, I think we struggled a little more. I know I did. So our violin group class teacher, Joanne Melvin, is Joanne here? I'm not sure.
She had to go. Yeah.
She had to go. Okay. And Katrina Libbert, a piano accompanist for that. And guitar teachers are Mandy Logan Jordan and Andrea Hudson. Andrea being a violin teacher, not a guitar teacher. Thank you to the board, Mandy Logan Jordan, Andrea Hudson, Erin Maslek, Katrina Libbert, Katie Ronald, myself and Brett on sound. Thank you so much for everything we do. And thanks particularly to Erin Maslek for coordinating this event and doing all of our posters and everything else. Jan is up there and he's videotaping everything. Thank you, Jan. He's our scout leader. And of course, we would be remiss if we did not mention the Alberta Foundation of the Arts and the Stephen Gregory Comar Scholarship and Tuition Fund, without which this event would not be possible, because these are our funding people, in the case of our dear friend Steve Comar and the AFA, and St. Giles Church, thank you to you as well. So, I think we thanked everybody, so if you guys are, or Kat, I think you're going to say something about this gigantic instrument that you're holding.
I mean, I love how Elisa has to point out the details that make her instrument different, and mine's kind of, what doesn't make it different. Yeah. Although that said, if you play guitar, you can play this. It's not actually that different. For any guitar players in the room at the end, I will hang out, I will stick this in your hands, and you will have to play it. I will hold the end, because holding it's the hard part. But now, this really came about as to get a low note. There's three things to do. You tune your string looser, you can make your string thicker, or you can make your string longer. And they didn't have great technology for making the strings thicker. They were making the strings out of dried sheep intestines. And if you make the string looser, pretty soon it just starts to go thump. So you make the string longer, and then you get and as long as musicians were all just in these chord positions, where you go from the servants' quarters to the ballroom and back, and all the ceilings were far higher than this, and it worked beautifully. And then after the French Revolution happened, all those chord positions didn't exist anymore, and you get touring musicians, and this disappears instantly. At the same time, you start getting the technology for wound strings. So, it is fun though. If you play guitar, you can try this. You guys have to. You're not escaping. Did you want to talk about the piece?
Yeah, I was just going to say this jig is in one of your Suzuki books. It's from the 7th Sonata by Veracini. It was an Italian Baroque composer, of course. And I'm not sure what book it's in. Do you remember? 5? It's in book 5. You knew that. I know. Anyway, it's kind of...
Okay, not too fast, sorry. Sure.
too, or?
Sometimes, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for attending the CSSA Winter Workshop. I give them all, everyone's worked super hard. We've learned a lot this morning, challenged ourselves. Give them another round of applause. So, I'll see you next time.